Why do we sit here being silent, watching our leaders turn into tyrants? Have they forgotten which side they're fighting for? Checks and balances set aside and rule of laws, youths and ours, and Constitution openly ignored. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Is it time for right and left to join a greater cause? Man, I'm not okay. The rich claim to be victimized just to attack the marginalized. Is 1% really worth more than all the sick and poor? Always preaching about fellowship while planning their dictatorship. Now we've seen how all of this plays out before. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call. Man, I'm not okay. Ever wonder all the mystery, why they whitewash our history, keep dividing is their plan? All in all, such a scam. Algorithm very sly, only used to spread the lies. Politicians know well, hate is simple to upsell. Man, I'm not okay. Think we are being played. Time for you and I to join our country's call.
We are not okay. America is not okay, and we all know that. Former Congressman Joe Walsh, this is The Social Contract with Joe Walsh. Let's figure out how to get okay together. Hey, I need to say something at the start. I just thought of it. Welcome. It's Tuesday. Hope you are all doing well. This show, this daily show of mine, former Congressman Joe Walsh here. I've got an interesting audience because of my very interesting political journey, right? Mr. Tea Party, got elected to Congress back in the Tea Party wave. Outspoken Tea Party guy I was. Outspoken Trump supporter I was in 2016. And then I very publicly turned away from him, publicly came out against him in early 2018. Took a blowtorch to my career, and then I became a huge, big never Trumper. Left the Republican Party. Was an independent for 6.5 years. Became a Democrat almost exactly a year ago. So because of this weird political journey from the Tea Party to the Democratic Party in 12 years, I've got a weird, I shouldn't say that word, because of my unique journey these past number of years, I have a unique audience. From MAGA right to far left and everything in between. Follow me on Substack, follow me on social media, and watch this show. So everything I talk about on this show, and then I'm done with this, is I'm speaking to that audience. I'm speaking to people from MAGA right to far left and everywhere in between. I wanted you to know that. Second thing I want you to know is, look, I get accused of being depressing to listen to. You're too pessimistic. You're bringing me down, Joe. My wife says that. A lot of the folks I work with say that. I'm a dark Irishman. I tell you what I think. I'm not going to blow smoke up your butt. And oftentimes what I think, what I believe is not super optimistic or super hopeful. I mean, can we just look at where we are right now, right? The very thing our founding fathers feared sits in the White House. I don't know how you can live like we're living now and be super hopeful with that thing in the White House. But I'm going to start out today with a little bit of hope. Hope and change. I'm going to start out today with a little bit of positivity, a little bit of optimism. You're making a difference. You really are. I don't want to get ahead of myself this Tuesday, but Donald Trump's corrupt, illegal, horrible $1.8 billion taxpayer funded slush fund to go after his political opponents and reward his political friends is dead. Thank you, Keith. Trump administration appears to be backing off of its $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund after rare GOP backlash. The slush fund is dead. The $1.8 billion slush fund is dead. Hey, ho, the witch is dead. The witch is dead. The witch is dead. Hey, ho, the wicked witch is dead. Thanks, Keith. Now, I can't be like 1,000%. Ooh, hoo, hoo, great news. Hip, hip, hooray. We need to make sure the slush fund is dead, doomed, done, gone. Because we're not quite certain yet. The reporting is that Trump has backed off and he's dropped the idea. We need to make sure that's the case. And by the way, two people you should follow on this slush fund, Scott McFarlane on Substack, doing great work, formerly of CBS News. He was out there yesterday saying, hey, look, this thing's not dead. Let's make sure this thing is dead. Follow him. Ellie Honig, you hear him and see him on CNN. Also, he's on Substack. Those are two great legal minds and legal commentators who will keep you up to date on where this slush fund is. But for the sake of our conversation right now, it looks like the slush fund is dead. This $1.8 billion taxpayer funded thing. That was just grotesque, utterly un-American, corrupt, illegal. Like every day, right, for the past 17 months, every day, Trump does and says 100 horrible, illegal, corrupt things. And this one stood out. It was one of the worst, right? Because it's so bad and so shady. And we've talked about it at length. I don't want to emphasize that right now. I want to emphasize this. The reason the slush fund is dead, is done, is doomed, is gone, bye-bye, it's because of you. You, the American people. You, the resistors. You, the fighters. You, the workers. You, the people who, when you found out about this, the American people, a couple weeks ago, you got outraged. Your righteous anger was on display. See, it's so easy, isn't it? And it's been so easy these past 17, 18 months to feel helpless every fucking day, right? Because we don't have a Congress. This guy, Trump, can do whatever he wants because we don't have a legislative branch. We haven't for 18 months. And it seems like the courts, man, especially the Supreme Court, man, they're in on it too. And courts are struggling to keep up. And every day Trump's doing bad stuff and saying bad stuff. And it can feel really overwhelming and helpless. And I'm not the only voice out there that's been saying, don't give up, keep pushing, keep resisting, keep informing everybody you know about the bad shit Trump does. And I'm here to tell you this morning, hey, by the way, bottle this. This is not what I lead with. Here's some hope. Here's some optimism. You're making a fucking difference. You're making a difference. The slush fund is dead because of you. Because the American people, upon learning about it 2 weeks ago, got fucking outraged and used that outrage constructively and bombarded their members of Congress and spread the word, shared it with everybody they knew and know on social media and elsewhere. And a huge backlash ensued. See, here's the key thing about the death of this slush fund. Republicans in DC overwhelmingly oppose it. And Republicans in DC have let Trump know they cannot support it. Now, where do you think that comes from? That newfound courage, and it's not courage. Don't ever put the word courage with Republicans ever again. This, oh no, we got to oppose this slush fund. Where do you think that came from? Republicans in the House and Senate, to the point where if Mike Johnson, Speaker, had put a bill on the floor to pass, to formally pass the $1.8 billion slush fund, it wouldn't have passed in the House. Most Republicans would have joined Democrats to oppose it. Same thing would have happened in the Senate. Where do you think that came from? That came from the American people. Republicans found out. Republicans paid attention. Republicans realized overwhelmingly this is a really bad thing because the American people are outraged about it and they opposed it. You did it. That's all. I wanted to start with that. Good News Tuesday. You do make a difference. Not always, we don't, but you do make a difference. And you made a profound difference when it comes to this $1.8 billion taxpayer-funded slush fund that would have gone to pay January 6th insurrectionists. You stopped it. The American people stopped it. So, what's the lesson this Tuesday? Keep it up, baby. No let up, no let up, no let up. Run through those November midterms. Keep working, keep protesting, keep marching, keep resisting, keep informing. Keep informing everybody you know once a week of the most outrageous things Trump is doing. It makes a difference. Hey, today's election day, primary day in a lot of states. Did you know there's a sitting congressman on the ballot in the state of New Jersey? He's on the primary ballot today, unopposed. A sitting United States congressman in New Jersey who has not been seen nor heard from in over 3 months. Did you know that? Keith, do we have something on him? I don't know if I gave you something on him. Tom Keene is his name. New Jersey congressman. He's running unopposed in today's primary. This is not parody. He's been missing from Washington for 3 months. Missing. Gone. Did you know this? Tom Kane, New Jersey. Thanks, Keith. Trump actually came out yesterday and endorsed him. Said something like, he's working hard for you. About a sitting member of Congress who's been missing for 3 months. Hasn't been doing his job. Hasn't been seen. Hasn't been heard from in 3 months. We found out about a month ago that he was trading stocks. That's about all we know of New Jersey Congressman Tom Kane. Found out he was trading stocks about a month ago. Other than that, no one's seen him. His constituents haven't seen him. No one's heard from him. He hasn't been in Washington, D.C. for 3 months. I say, and I've said often, talking about what we're going through right now, this is what America looks like without a Congress. Well, this is quite literally what this district in New Jersey looks like without a fucking congressman. This is so fucking wrong. But again, his constituents should be marching in the streets. They don't have a congressman. That's wrong. We don't have a Congress. Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, hasn't said shit about him. Doesn't care. Doesn't care. Johnson is just hanging on to just a super, super slim majority. He can't afford to lose, I think, even another Republican member. So he doesn't give a damn if Tom Kane is dead, alive, whatever. Republicans keeping that seat. So this has been, for all we know, this has been like Weekend at Bernie's. I mean, was that the name of it? Weekend at Barney's. Weekend at, I think it was Bernie's. For all we know, that they're just propping Tom Kane up. Nobody's seen him. It's so wrong. It's just antithetical to the whole notion of representation. Every member of Congress, Republican and Democrat, should be pounding their fist on something, demanding that the Speaker of the House do something. A congressman is missing. A Republican congressman. But not at all a surprise, because the entire Congress has been missing for 18 months. We just haven't had a Congress. So if you don't have a Congress, how can you find a missing congressman? Who's going to find a missing congressman if you don't have the body that is Congress? I don't know what you do. Hey, I've got to put this up because I'm like a dog with a bone with certain things. Donald Trump lies as he breathes. We deserve better. We should demand better than a president who lies to us every time he opens his mouth. I am going to gnaw on and chew on that bone forever. I wanted to show you this. This was a post Trump made yesterday. 2 sentences. Do we have that, Keith? A 2-sentence post. Grammatically, it probably should have been 3 sentences, but he's an idiot. 2 sentences that Trump posted yesterday. 7 lies. 7 lies in just 2 sentences from the President of the United States. For him, that's impressive. Trump, prices are down, income is up, our border is closed, gasoline is cheap, inflation is dead, our country is booming, companies are pouring into America like never before. 7 lies in 2 sentences. Prices are down, not true, they're up. Income is up, not true, it's dropping. Our border is closed, not true. People are still coming into this country illegally. Gasoline is cheap. Not true. Inflation is dead. Not true. Inflation is increasing. Our country is booming. Not at all true. Companies are pouring into America like never before. Absolutely untrue. Companies are leaving this country, and investment in this country is way, way down. I won't obsess over this, but again, I will put this in front of my audience, MAGA to far left and everywhere in between. This should matter. It should matter to every American that a president lies to them every time he opens his mouth. If a people don't care about being lied to, then that people, let me rephrase it, a people that doesn't care about being lied to is a people that deserves to be ruled, to be abused, to be taken advantage of, to be lied to. If a people doesn't give a damn that they're being lied to, then that's a people that deserves to be subjugated, to be ruled, to be enslaved, to be abused, to have shit stolen from them. We've never had this. We've never, ever had a president who lies as much as Trump lies. 2 sentences, and every fucking word in those 2 sentences is a lie. Should matter to all of us. Thanks, Keith. Trump's corruption should matter to all of us. Trump doesn't think it does, which is why Donald Trump engages in public corruption right out in the open at a scale we've never seen. This Keith, the post, the tweet on what Trump did with Dell computers. Just one example. One example from a president who's using his office to put billions into his pockets and into his family's pockets on a daily basis. This is just one example. February 10th, Donald Trump starts buying up a shitload of Dell stock. $5 million worth. February 10th. February 19th, at a rally, Trump encourages all of his supporters to buy a Dell computer. Buy Dell, buy Dell, buy Dell, buy Dell computers, Trump implores his supporters. And on May 27th, it's announced that the Pentagon has awarded a $9.7 billion contract to Dell. The President of the United States, knowing or telling his Defense Department, you're going to give this contract to Dell, starts buying up a lot of Dell stock so he can personally benefit from what he's done, from what he knows. Encourages other people to buy Dell. And then the news comes out. Dell, man, just given a humongous contract by the Pentagon. That's ugly, gross, obscene public corruption. I'm a former member of Congress. I mean, at one level, right? Members of Congress should not be allowed to trade stocks while they're in office, right? Yes. Presidents should not be allowed to trade stocks while they're in office. 80% of the American people agree with that. Trump doesn't give a fuck. He's going to put billions into his pockets. And he does it out in the open. He's not hiding his stock trading. He's speaking at public rallies. He doesn't hide any of it because he doesn't think the American people care. He doesn't think his supporters care. He really doesn't. He doesn't give a fuck because he doesn't think you give a fuck. And this, I want to give you one more because this matters. We can't normalize this shit, right? And by the way, let's be clear. Damn near every politician lies. Trump lies as he breathes. Politicians have been rife, right, through the ages with corruption. Donald Trump engages in 1,000 acts of public corruption a day. Not just benefiting him, his family. Don Jr., just the latest. I literally could devote entire shows to this. Don Jr., did you see how he benefited from his daddy's office? Keith, do we have that one about that startup? The Trump administration lent $620 million to a startup firm that Don Jr. was suddenly a part of. Someone in Trump's White House purposely called demanding this $620 million loan to this Don Jr. startup. Again, hundreds of acts of public corruption out of this family every day. This is one of the first where there's a direct tie to the White House. Like the White House literally intervened and called and said, give this startup firm $620 million. So Donnie Jr., the son of the president, can benefit. Thanks, Keith. I'm a broken record. Part of what I do, part of what we all do is just inform people. because it's got to matter. Like when I said, if it doesn't matter to a people that a president lies to them every time he opens his mouth, then that's a people that probably doesn't deserve to have their democracy. And if it doesn't matter to people that a president will openly use his office to enrich himself and his family by billions, if that doesn't matter, because that's our money too, this is public corruption. If that doesn't matter to a people, again, then that's a people that just simply does not deserve to hang on to this 250-year-old experiment in democracy. I mean it. I mean it. I like, again, Trump's bad, horrible, ugly, corrupt. He's the worst of the worst. But Trump is a symptom of a broken political system, of a divided country, and of a broken body politic. And if the American people don't get their act together and say, this shit matters, then we're done. I don't give a damn who's in the White House. Then we're done. I mean, I spend a lot of time every day, and every few weeks I'm out there putting people in rooms who disagree and facilitating tough, honest, respectful conversations, because I believe that if the American people don't get off this road of hating the people we disagree with, we're done. A house divided cannot stand. I believe that. That's why I'm spending so much time out there. That's why I'm on the road all summer, this summer, trying to put groups of people together. It's called Hope Not Fear Project. There it is right there. HopeNotFearProject.org. Check out our work and our conversations. Support us if you'd like. We're a 501c3 educational organization. I believe that. If I heard my dog behind me. If we continue to hate each other, the people we disagree with, we're done. I also believe that if we stop caring about public corruption, if we stop caring about a president lying to us all the time, then we're done as well. This thing only stays together if the people make it stay together, this constitutional republic. We only survive, we only thrive, we only continue if the American people say, damn it, let's continue, let's do something about it. I'm a former politician. Politicians ain't going to change this shit. You're not going to get change in Washington. Keeping this democracy going is not going to come from Republicans or Democrats. It ain't going to come from Washington. It's either going to come from the American people or it won't. It's our job. This shit should matter to you. It's our job. And we got to stop hating the folks we disagree with. That's our job. Thanks for listening. My Substack, Social Contract with joewalsh.substack.com. Check it out. Everything I do, say, think, feel is on that Substack. If you like what you see, hear, and feel, there it is. Think about subscribing to Social Contract with joewalsh.substack.com. Shoot me an email about anything that's on your mind. The Social Contract with joewalsh@gmail.com. That's all one word. The Social Contract with joewalsh@gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Have a good Tuesday, guys. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, follow, and share The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple, Spotify. Plus, don't forget to subscribe to The Social Contract on Substack. This has been The Social Contract with Joe Walsh.